Ian Teal says, definitely isn't going to get any better under Clement. The football is awful. The fans will continue to lose interest. We'll continue to limp over the line against lesser teams. Alex Gibbons says, anyone else at the stage not listening to Clement's interviews anymore, or is it just me? And Stu finishes up by saying, the fact our fan base is genuinely worried about facing Aberdeen speaks volumes about where we are as a club. Simply unacceptable. I mean, Mick, I think if Philippe Clement is to turn this around, he's got a mammoth, humongous job in his hands.
Yeah, listen, it's all hard work for Rangers right now, isn't it? It's hard. It's hard to. I mean, the European game against Stour was a rare kind of comfortable night for them. They could enjoy, but the rest of it's been a bit of a slog. Domestically, every game seems to have been a bit hard work, isn't it? But listen, they've also won since losing to Celtic. They've won 7-9. Lyon was our defeat, and obviously the Kelly defeat was a bad one. So they have won games. It's just that it's not been particularly pretty at times. I mean, St Johnstone at home, Hibs at home, even was it Ross County as well. It's all been a bit of a struggle, really. That game at the weekend, the first half, I thought they were pretty poor again. Bit better second. Just find it hard to find. I think they find it hard going against domestically, especially against teams that are kind of well organised and hard to beat. They're not getting any freebies. They're not getting any kind of 3-4-0s. Celtic are getting like weeks that are like. I don't think Celtic played that great on Sunday against Motherwell, and yet they win 3-0. Yeah. Make it look a bit easier than it was. I don't think they were quite at their fluid best. I think you take McGregor at the team that they're not quite free flowing as usual. But Rangers, when they're not quite their best, they make heavy weather of it. And I get that the punters are not feeling as though they're getting entertainment at the moment, especially domestically. They're not really getting a bang for their buck. They don't see fast, exciting football. It's all laboured. It's all pretty low key, isn't it? We're still trying to figure a way out what their style is under Clement. I don't think they're buying the stuff he's saying. That, I mean, listen, we know he came out and said at the start of the season, we'll see the real Rangers in October. Well, we're now at the end of October, and he's now promising jam next month or the month after. I mean, he's talking about the players taking up time to settle. Aberdeen have got 6 new players in their team, that squad on Saturday night, and they're top of the league by Saturday night and winning games. And albeit their expectations are not as high as Rangers, and I think they've also had to struggle to get by in certain games, but they're also not spent anywhere near what Rangers spent, and their wage bill was nowhere near what Rangers' wage bill is. So that we're getting to 10 games into the season plus European games, still saying that players need to settle into the team. I don't think that washes anymore. It's nearly November. It's Halloween this week. I mean, we're well underway now. I don't think you can keep playing this card that, it's new signings, they're going to take time to settle, used to Scottish football. You don't get that luxury in Scotland.
Are we in the territory now? Obviously, Rangers Aberdeen at Pittodrie on Wednesday night, which I think is going to be a cracker. Fraser, do you think we're in the territory where if Aberdeen win that game, Clement could be sacked? I mean, I don't know who'd sack him, right enough. But
funny you mention that because 3 years ago Gerrard left of his own volition. They brought in Van Bronckhorst, the right classy operator, and then the following November binned despite taking them to a European final, which I still thought was an incredible decision. Where might they be now? But that's
winning the Scottish Cup and getting into the Champions League.
Yeah, that wasn't good enough for some. So then moving on another year, and Mick Beale got the bin, and now we've moved on another year, and this could be the 4th October/November in a year that they could decide to change manager. So where are they going with all this? I'm not saying that's a reason not to, but I'd be inclined to stick by him. I mean, John Gilligan said himself when he came out and did the presser, I think it was 4 or 5 weeks ago, right enough, that Philippe Clement won him over in his 1-to-1 when he went in there as a interim chairman, and that he actually went on record and said he backs him to win something this season, to be successful this season. So he's got to stand by those words. I mean, who is going to... That's a big question. Who would make the decision to sack him? As Mick said, he's won 7 out of 9 without playing particularly well. Take Lyon out of that, it's only been one bad result. The performances haven't been great, but Aberdeen fans are saying the same thing. They might not be playing well, but they keep winning. So I tell you, to not even answer your question, what a game Wednesday night is going to be. And Rangers need a statement win. That would certainly be a statement win. I just don't see them getting it.
But the thing is, if they get beat by Tawdry, you're talking about going 9 points behind.
9 points. That's mad.
I mean, when Van Bronckhorst was sacked in October, 9 points behind. Michael Beale was sacked 7 points behind after 7 games. So they're back. If they don't win on Wednesday, they're right back in that same position they were in the previous 2 years. Well,
I get the point, Fraser, that you say, but obviously they can't just keep sacking managers every October, November. But Mick, both things can be true. They can't keep sacking managers, but this isn't the right manager, perhaps.
I don't quite follow that logic that they can't do it because they keep doing it, so they need to stop doing it. I mean, that's literally like saying, "Oh, we just need to stick with better devil, because we don't." And I don't get that argument. I mean, Aberdeen kept sacking managers, and they finally a good one.
Eventually stumble upon the right. Well, I don't know if Jimmy Thelen will be the right one, but he's doing all right.
It's been a long time since I was in the dating game. If you're out in 100 dates and you stick with one because you can't, you want to go another one. I mean, does that the music stops? You're stuck with the one you've got.
Because I totally agreed with him banning Michael Beale last year when you can see it's just not working. I just think the results at the moment. I mean, Mick Beale lost 3 of his first 7. I don't know. I just think there's something about Philippe Clement. I don't know whether it's his success in other countries, his backstory, that I've just been inclined to give him a bit longer to show a wee bit of faith in him. I think we'll agree he was dealt a bad hand in by the signing, the transfer window before he came in.
The problem is that the Rangers fans need to see something.